In a quaint town, amidst winding lanes and old-world charm, lived Rohan, a boy with a brilliant mind and boundless dreams. He envisioned a future clad in a white coat, healing and helping as a renowned doctor. Yet an invisible adversary plagued him, his own undisciplined mind, a relentless whirlwind of distractions. Each day, as he opened his books to study, a myriad of thoughts besieged him, from the endless allure of social media to the seductive pull of daydreaming. Later, he would whisper to himself, a promise as empty as the pages before him, I still have time. But time, unforgiving and relentless, waited for no one. His parents, laden with concern, and his teachers, armed with wisdom, implored him to grasp the reins of focus. They preached the gospel of discipline, the very cornerstone of success. But Rohan, cloaked in youthful arrogance, believed his raw intelligence was a sufficient chariot to victory. The day of reckoning came with the announcement of scholarship exam results. Heart-pounding, Rohan stood amidst his peers, the air thick with anticipation. The moment the results were pinned up, a cold, harsh truth struck him. He had failed. Around him, friends who had embraced discipline celebrated their triumphs. Teachers who had once predicted his success now offered looks of disappointment. The sting of failure was sharp, not for lack of intelligence, but for wasted potential. That night, Rohan sat under the dim glow of his room's lone light, the weight of failure pressing down upon him. As he sifted through the debris of lost time, hours squandered in the clutches of frivolity, he confronted an unwelcome truth. Without discipline, intelligence was but an unlit torch in the dark. Resolve hardened within him like forged steel. He needed guidance, a mentor who had walked the path of rigorous self-control. Rumors had reached him of a wise monk residing at the town's edge, a man who had conquered his own restless mind and achieved enlightenment. At dawn, driven by a newfound resolve, Rohan approached the monastery. There, in the serene embrace of nature, he found the monk, a figure of peace, meditating under the ancient boughs of a spreading tree. With a respectful bow, Rohan poured out his troubles. Master, my mind wanders far and wide. I seek the beacon of success, but find myself lost in the fog of distraction. The monk, opening his eyes, smiled with the tranquility of a still pond. Ah, the restless mind, a formidable foe it is, he began, his voice a soothing balm. Let me share a tale with you. He recounted the story of Via, a young man with dreams of becoming the kingdom's finest archer. Via possessed strength and raw talent, but lacked the anchor of focus. His days oscillated between fervent practice and frivolous distractions. Seeking mastery, Via approached a seasoned archer who led him to a river and handed him a bow and arrow. Shoot the leaf floating downstream, he instructed. Via aimed and released, but his arrow veered off, lost amid the myriad distractions of his surroundings, the river's flow, the rustling trees, the vast sky. The master's voice was stern, yet enlightening. Your gaze must not wander. A true archer sees only his target. Determined, Via returned day after day, honing his focus until the extraneous faded away, and only the leaf remained in his sight. When next he drew his bow, the arrow flew true, striking the leaf with unerring precision. The monk's gaze returned to Rohan, heavy with meaning. Your mind, too, must learn this focus. Only then will your dreams be within reach. Rohan absorbed the story, its moral clear and sharp, yet doubt clouded his heart. Master, how do I begin? How do I train a mind that loves to wander? The monk offered a gentle smile, wisdom etched deep in his lined face. The path of discipline is simple, yet arduous, he advised, laying out 4 rules to cage the chaos of Rohan's thoughts. First, control your thoughts. When your mind strays, shepherd it back with the diligence of a watchful farmer. Second, establish a routine, for a disciplined mind thrives in structured climbs. Third, strip away distractions, be they gadgets or idle pastimes. Let them not breach the fortress of your focus. And finally, persist. Discipline is not an artifact to be unearthed in a day, but a sculpture to be chiseled with the relentless strokes of daily effort. Armed with these principles, Rohan embarked on his journey of transformation. Each day was a battle, his mind a fortress under siege, but he stood resolute. Gradually, the chaos receded, replaced by the budding blooms of focus and discipline. When the time came to test his mettle once more, he was ready, not just to pass, but to excel. As Rohan approached the examination hall, a calm certainty filled him, replacing the old tempest of anxiety. He took his seat, the paper before him no longer a beast to be feared, but a challenge to be met. With each question, his mind, now a well-oiled machine, whirred into action. Memories of distractions faded into obscurity, overshadowed by a laser-sharp focus. The questions seemed to unravel themselves, surrendering to his disciplined mind. The very act of writing his answers became a testament to his transformation. A dance of pen on paper, each stroke a deliberate stride towards his dreams. Exiting the hall, the world seemed different to Rohan, as if he had adjusted the lens through which he viewed his reality. There was a vibrant clarity to life now, each moment brimming with potential. As he awaited the results, there was no gnawing fear, only a serene confidence. He had done his best, not just in answering the exam, but in reshaping his very essence. The days passed, and soon, the results were announced. His name topped the list, a beacon for all to see. Rohan, the scholar reborn through discipline. This success was not the end, but a beginning. With scholarship in hand, Rohan embarked on his medical journey, each step reinforced by the steel of his resolve. University life offered its own set of trials: rigorous studies, competitive peers, and the ever-present temptations of campus life. Yet, Rohan navigated these with the steadiness of a seasoned sailor, his mind's compass set firmly on his goals. The lessons from the monk became his anchor, holding him steadfast amidst the storms of distraction. Years of diligent study culminated in Rohan donning his graduation robe, his dream now a tangible reality draped around his shoulders. As he walked across the stage to receive his degree, applause cascading around him, a profound gratitude filled his heart. He remembered the monk's serene face and the archer's focused resolve. These images had been his guides, steering him through times when the pull of old habits threatened his course. He realized then that success is not merely about achieving goals, but about the journey of inner conquest. Dr. Rohan became known not just for his expertise, but for his unparalleled focus. Patients felt seen and heard under his care, and colleagues sought his counsel, recognizing the depth of his concentration and commitment. His reputation grew, not just within the hospital walls, but in the community. People spoke of a doctor who could diagnose with a glance, a healer whose presence brought calm even before treatment began. One day, a young boy came to his clinic, his eyes wide with the familiar turmoil of a mind unmoored. Rohan saw his past self in those eyes, the restless potential waiting to be channeled. After the consultation, he took a moment to share a story with the boy, a tale of a young archer and a wise monk. The boy listened, captivated, his young mind wrestling with the concept of focus. Rohan ended the story with a gentle nudge. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and accomplishments. Rohan's influence extended beyond the confines of his clinic. He started workshops for young students, teaching them the art of mental discipline. He shared his story, not just of academic success, but of personal transformation. Each session ended with the same message: train your mind and the rest will follow. Parents thanked him, their children's lives touched by his teachings, a ripple effect of his own journey. As the years turned, Rohan's life became a testament to the power of disciplined thought. He wrote books, gave talks, and even started a podcast, each platform used to spread the same core message. His voice, once a plea for help under a tree, was now a beacon for those adrift in their own distractions. Standing on a stage before a crowd of eager listeners, Rohan shared his philosophy, the essence distilled into a single powerful statement. The mind is like a wild horse. It will take you places, but only if you guide it will it take you where you want to go. The audience, a sea of nodding heads, reflected the universal struggle with focus and the universal need for guidance. Rohan's legacy was not just the patients he healed, but the lives he changed through his teachings. The boy who once could not control a wandering thought was now a man who mastered minds, his own and others. He understood deeply that every day was a new battle for focus, but armed with discipline, each battle was winnable. As night fell and the applause faded, Rohan stood alone, reflecting on his journey. From the depths of despair in a small town to the heights of recognition on grand stages, he had traveled far. The lesson was clear and profound: discipline your mind, and it will set you free.